We got sound for this one. What do you do when you're a representative and you're holding a town hall meeting and an 11-year-old girl comes up to the mic in front of all these people and she stands in front of the room and she tells something very personal about her family and what her family is going through and asking you, as your constituent, this 11-year-old girl, what she can do and what you can do to help her and her family in this situation. Why don't you play that sound, Michael?
I have a dad and he's undocumented, and what can I do so he can stay with me? Joanna.
What was it first time? I just want to read that out loud. This is 11-year-old Josie Molina. Might have been a little bit hard to hear. In fact, this is the second time she had to say this. I guess their microphone wasn't working too well. I have a dad who's undocumented. And what can I do so that he can stay with me? Just absorb that for a second. And let's listen to what this representative, Congressman Scott Desjarlais, a Republican at a town hall in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, has to say as an answer to this 11-year-old U.S. citizen, Josie Molina.
Joanna, thank you for being here, and thank you for coming forward and speaking. This is a big, intimidating crowd, and appreciate you coming forward and asking your question. But the answer still kind of remains the same, that we have laws, and we need to follow those laws, and that's where we're at.
Listen to that crowd as they roar and clap as this 11-year-old girl stands in front of them at the microphone. This 11-year-old U.S. citizen who had the guts to stand up and share her family's personal story. Her dad is an undocumented immigrant, and he's going to be deported. And this crowd, according to people who were there in the audience, it was a mixed crowd of Tea Party members and immigration advocates, including Organizing for America. According to the crowd, it was the Tea Party groups who applauded when the Congressman Desjarlais told Molina that people needed to follow the law, so your pops is shit out of luck. I mean, this is just sick. It's disgusting. More than 205,000 parents of U.S. citizen children, like this young girl Josie, have been deported between 2010 and 2012, leaving these children without fathers and mothers, or sometimes even both. And these people are cheering. These same people who would fight back if they found out this kid was being raised by a single mother. They see a single mother giving food stamps at the grocery store with this girl or someone like this girl, and they would say, "Oh, disgusting. What a slut. Where is the father in this situation?" And these same people are cheering because you know what? They're the reason why the father in this situation will not be there when that young girl is being raised by a single mother. Because her father came to this country and had a child who is a U.S. citizen, and he's being deported when he could stay in this country, become a citizen, work hard, raise his family, raise this 11-year-old girl, and we can have a great family who's part of society, who gives in taxes and works hard and works and gives back to the community. We could have this happen here with just this one family. But Congressman Scott Desjarlais can't break from the ranks to even give this little girl some sort of hope. He's got to play to these grown adult Tea Party members who are at this Tea Party event as they cheer and applaud as this little girl is going to be fatherless.
They cheer and applaud ripping a family apart. And let's get into
What,
the rules applying. Let's talk about
the
this
rules
sociopathic
applying, yes.
congressman.
This
and what he's
sociopathic
about.
Congressman Scott Desjarlais, Republican of Tennessee. He's a physician, and he's also adamantly anti-abortion. However, he was rocked by a few scandals about a year or two ago. And those scandals were that his now ex-wife, when she was filing for divorce, this came out, and the reason she was filing for divorce I'll get to in a second. But it turns out that he and his now ex-wife, when they were still married, made a decision to have two abortions. This guy, who advocates to make abortion illegal and is adamantly anti-abortion, was totally cool with him and his wife having 2 abortions. And on top of that, why this whole thing about his wife having an abortion came out? It's because they were getting a divorce. And why were they getting a divorce? Because it turns out this congressman, who's also a physician, was having numerous affairs with his patients and other women.
There's some rules against that.
Yes.
About which could get your license stripped,
Yes.
you scumbag.
And on top of all of that, his wife having 2 abortions, even though he's anti-abortion, and him having affairs as a doctor with his patients, it also came out that he had forced one of his mistresses to have an abortion and travel out of state to Georgia for said abortion. This congressman, this Republican congressman, who's steadfast anti-abortion and steadfast in his beliefs that illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants, should be deported from this country, even if it rips families apart. I'm sure if he found a nice woman he wanted to spend the rest of his life with, and they got married and had a kid, and it turns out this woman he met and fell in love with was an undocumented immigrant, I'm sure he would have a problem with her being deported.
And then after she had the kid and her figure started to give way a little bit, and he realized that he had some really hot new patients coming in who are going through some hard times in their lives, which he could take advantage of, then he might drop a line on her to ICE, and get her and the kid out of the country so he could have a good time.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I should. Yeah.
Yeah, you're giving him too much credit.
Yeah. But maybe scum congressman is the word you call it.
total
Congressman
dirtbag.
Scott Desjarlais, I have one thing to say to you.
You are a douchebag.
And everybody in that audience who was applauding as well.
You are a douchebag. You are a douchebag.
It's just utterly
You are
grotesque.
a douchebag.
I'm not sure.
You are.
I'm not sure how
a
many people
douchebag.
were in that audience.
You are a douchebag.
Just multiply that.
You are a douchebag.
There we go. I hope that covers it.